Prophecy, Psalm 69 verse 9 in fulfillment, John 2 verse 17 Zealous for the Lord's house. The Bible, a timeless compilation of prophecies and their fulfillment, offers profound insights into the life and ministry of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. One such prophecy is found in Psalm 69 verse 9, where the psalmist passionately declares, "Zeal for your house has consumed me, and the reproaches of those who reproach you have fallen on me." This prophetic verse finds its fulfillment in the New Testament, specifically in John 2 verse 17, as Jesus exhibits unwavering zeal for the Lord's house. In this essay, we will explore the prophecy in Psalm 69 verse 9, examine its fulfillment in John 2 verse 17, and reflect on the profound significance of Jesus' zeal for the Lord's house. Unveiling Psalm 69 verse 9, the zealous devotion to God's house. Psalm 69 is a heartfelt psalm of lament, often regarded as a messianic psalm due to its prophetic implications concerning the suffering of the Messiah. In verse 9, the psalmist expresses his burning zeal and unwavering dedication to God's house. This prophetic verse foreshadows the coming of the Messiah, who would exhibit a fervent and consuming passion for the Lord's house and his Father's will. The fulfillment in John 2 verse 17, cleansing of the temple. The fulfillment of Psalm 69 verse 9 is beautifully revealed in the New Testament, particularly in John 2 verse 17. In this passage, the Apostle John records a significant event in Jesus' early ministry, the cleansing of the temple in Jerusalem. Upon seeing the temple courts filled with money changers and merchants, Jesus was filled with righteous indignation and zeal for his Father's house. He drove out the sellers, overturned their tables, and declared, "Take these things away, do not make my Father's house a house of trade." Jesus' actions and words exemplify the fulfillment of Psalm 69 verse 9, as he displays unwavering zeal for the sanctity and purpose of the Lord's house. The profound significance of Jesus' zeal for the Lord's house. The fulfillment of Psalm 69 verse 9 in John 2 verse 17 carries profound theological implications and spiritual significance for believers and all of humanity. 1. The holiness of God's house. The fulfillment emphasizes the holiness of God's house. Jesus' zeal reflects his commitment to uphold the sacredness of the temple as a place of worship and communion with God. 2. The Messiah's identity. The fulfillment reinforces Jesus' identity as the promised Messiah. His actions in the temple reveal his authority and divine mission as the Son of God. 3. The call to righteousness. The fulfillment calls believers to righteousness. Jesus' zeal for the Lord's house challenges us to exhibit the same passion for holiness and obedience to God's commands. 4. The Father's will. The fulfillment exemplifies Jesus' obedience to the Father's will. His zeal for the temple demonstrates his unwavering commitment to fulfilling God's purposes on earth. 5. The redemptive message. The fulfillment points to the redemptive message of Christ. His zeal for the Lord's house foreshadows his ultimate sacrifice for the salvation of humanity. Conclusion. Psalm 69 verse 9 prophetically proclaims the burning zeal of the Messiah for the Lord's house, and John 2 verse 17 beautifully fulfills this prophecy as Jesus zealously cleanses the temple in Jerusalem. The fulfillment magnifies the holiness of God's house, reinforces Jesus' identity as the promised Messiah, and calls believers to righteousness and obedience. It exemplifies Jesus' unwavering commitment to the Father's will and underscores the redemptive message of Christ. As we contemplate the fulfillment of this prophecy, may we find profound significance in understanding the depth of Jesus' zeal for the Lord's house and his unyielding devotion to God's purposes. Let us respond with wholehearted devotion and reverence, seeking to follow Jesus' example of zealous obedience and commitment to God's will. May the reality of Jesus' zeal inspire us to passionately pursue righteousness and holiness in our lives and to cherish the sacredness of worship and communion with God. As we reflect on Jesus' zeal for the Lord's house, may we find solace and inspiration in knowing that through Christ's redemptive work, we are invited into a deep and intimate relationship with the Father, and our lives can be transformed by his unyielding love and grace.